Hello, everybody. It's Ragged07. I'm with you here. It's Tuesday. Boy, you're just gonna get so sick of my voice. That's alright. I get sick of it too. That's why I never listen to my videos. Um, I like it doing it this way because people can download it and you listen to it as a podcast on their MP3 player, which is really cool, right? I know people who do it, and it's cool. I like it. So I wanted to do a podcast for like the longest time and like interview people or just do commentaries like I usually do. But I can't figure out the whole RSS thing. I know, yes, it's fill in the blanks. I filled in the blanks. I tried to submit it to iTunes to no avail. It does not work. Okay. And I'm not going to get a thing where I can put all that bandwidth. I can't afford all that. So you guys are just going to have to deal with this. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys about making a difference. Making a difference in people's lives. Um, and working for it. Working toward a goal. I used to be an activist. I still am in my own right. I'm just not very public anymore. Like, out there doing the deal because I know that in all activism it's ego driven. Okay, I understand that because I see other people go through the same thing. And then there's people like, you're just bitching because, like, you can't, like, get to the top. Honey, if I wanted to, I could have. I could have. But I was beat down by a lot of other people, okay? And that wanted to make me look like I was incompetent, that wanted to make me look like I had the mind of a 5-year-old. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I shouldn't have to defend my intelligence at all. Nobody should. Okay? And so I guess maybe at certain things I might be childlike. Only because I enjoy my life. And if I want to go running through a frickin' park, giggling like a buffoon, I can do that. Okay? It's my life, right? But does that mean that I'm incompetent? Because I'm an artist? Does that mean I'm immature? Or weird? Well, maybe. The weird part. But, anyways, we all know it. Whether you're doing music, whether you're doing art, whether you're a writer, seamstress, hairdresser, whatever. Makeup artists are cool. Um, but, whatever. You're going to be a little bit tilted. I don't know if it's like a left brain, right brain. One thing is getting sucked out while the other one gets fed. I don't know. I'm not a brain surgeon. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm not stupid. And I could say I'm book smart because I got a good GPA in college that I finished while I was going through a breakup of my life from hell. While I was having a nervous breakdown, I still managed to pull off, like, I think it was a 3.6. Okay, that's pretty damn good. Thank you very much. But, I'm incompetent. Well, I think that, I guess, stalling someone's right to better health is incompetent. They're crazier than I am. They're dumber than I am. Or, oh, I'm sorry. They're dumber than the person that they thought was so stupid, which is me. Okay? And they would sit there and go, I never said that. I never said bullshit, okay? I heard you. You were on my phone. Okay? And this is just one of the people. And then they get mad because I retaliated. Because nobody calls me stupid. Nobody. Nobody calls me incompetent. Because guess what? You don't do that to somebody. You do not degrade. I mean, that's really bad. That's like knocking their spirit or something. You know, I know people who have more common sense that truly are mentally slower than these guys, which is scary, you know? I know somebody who's got more common sense that has the mind of a 10-year-old. And I kid you not. She went to the church that I used to go to. And you know what? She accepted everybody. She had no ego. Why can't we learn from these people? You know, if she had the social skills that an average person had, this chick would kick ass for our movement. Okay? She just really, she was a neat person. You know, because she had like truly childlike behaviors, there were times where it's like you actually had to not quite reprimand her, but say like, you don't do that, that kind of stuff, right? But um, all in all, she had a good soul. She has a good soul. She's still around. But these people need to learn from these from people like her. These people need to learn from somebody like I am partial to Down syndrome's people. Um, Man, they've got it. I won't say they got it good because they don't, because they get a lot of flack from people. But their spirit just beams. And I see these selfish people who want to pretend that they're sick and they're disabled and they're this and they're that when they can hop on a jet and fly to God knows where to talk about themselves or to have enough energy to make everybody's life hell. Okay? That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And, they don't have that light. And people with Down syndrome are the ones who get ridiculed. Do you see what I'm saying? Anybody can smack their ass in a chair, a wheelchair. Anybody. Come on. Lady Gaga did it and got shit for it being on stage. Because, it's supposedly a mockery. I didn't have a problem with Lady Gaga in a freaking chair. Simon Le Bon did it too. So what? Who cares? I don't care. It's not offensive to me. It's a chair with wheels. And sometimes they can be fun. But I'm saying to put yourself in one of those as if you are so sickly and you're going to die. But yeah, you can travel all over God's creation. Shame. But yet you really won't help somebody saving their soul to this planet. I mean, like, we've got to keep people here. You don't get it. Because these are good people. They're good people. And they do not deserve to be in this kind of pain. And I can tolerate mine, okay? I can deal with mine to a degree. Days like this, not so much, okay? Bone pain is the worst. It's awful because there's nothing you can do at all. Except for medicate yourself. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to sleep all day. I've got too much to do. Y'all might not think it's very much, because I play like a game when I first wake up to get my brain going. Maybe at lunchtime while I'm sitting there snacking. And before I go to sleep to shut my brain down. But you have no idea what I'm doing in between there. Okay? It takes me about, 10 minutes to play 2 games? Please. I did my work. I did my time. And I got my ass kicked by the wardens of the cannabis jail. And I call it that because people that are involved in this, I feel, do not want to see this movement change. Because, after all, who could they get money from to have their parties? Who would feed the egos? Because they speak at some little preaching to the choir hippie fest. I have nothing against hippies. I have nothing against anybody who wants to live their life as free as possible. Okay? I'm still an activist at heart. But what I can't stand is the shit that goes on that keeps this movement going and going and going. You know what? Do you ever stop and think of this? About the things you could do if it were to be medically legalized? I'm not going to go, I don't talk about legalization. Okay, y'all know my opinion on it. I don't need to say it. But I think that these sick people need to be taken care of first. Okay? And you just bow down to the, you know, this is a swing state. It ain't going to happen. Okay? It's like because those people pay for your parties, you're going to bow down and do their every wish. And as they sit there at your parties and bash patients, well, I don't think there's any medical value. As they're sitting there with a big fatty in their mouth. Stupid. And where are you city folks? You know, where are the people from the cities? Because this is ridiculous. We need professionals. Okay, it doesn't take much to dress at least wear a nice shirt and pants or skirt. Nice, nice. Not something that looks like it hasn't been washed for 4 days or 4 weeks. Not something that what's the word I want to use? Not something that has like pot leaves all over it and said I just smoked a fatty on it and born to smoke. Stupid shit like this. Okay, and I have seen this. I've seen this stuff, and they want to represent us. I'm sorry. The general population is laughing their asses off at you. Okay? Um, there are people in my church that are like, you do what? My pastor said to my mom, but she's so alert. And my mom's like, well, yeah, because she uses it medicinally and she's not stoned. There's a difference from medically and being stoned. Y'all should know that if you're using it medically. I'm in excruciating pain. There's no way I could go out on a day like today with or without medication. I mean, a lot of pain. I'm angry because I know that there's a lot of people suffering, and people just want to keep it going for their own ego, so they can keep their little arguments, their little tensions between the groups going. Grow up. Grow up. I challenged you assholes to go to a nursing home to see the type of people that will help, that you are helping. Would you believe not one of them said that they would go? Oh, well, that's just. No, it is right. It is right to do. Because you, and certainly you, need to go and look at these people in the eyes and say, I'm sorry, I have to take the flight out tomorrow to talk about myself in a a legal state. What is that doing for our state? Is it so much about you that you have to sit there and piss and moan on Facebook about yourself when there are people dying? I'm talking last breath. Do you know that they can use cannabis oil for end of life treatment? Hey, I'd like to die like that. Not a problem. After all, morphine explodes your heart. Okay? I don't want to die like that. My grandmother had to die like that. And it pisses me off. And there are so many evil things that happen with morphine. I can't take it because I hallucinate. I'm seeing Jesus before my time. That kind of stuff, talking about people that I thought were in the room that weren't. Just, it's insane. I hate it. Then there's the itching, and people will say like, well, once you're, so far gone with it, then you won't even. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. When I was laying on my deathbed, okay, I know that I was fully aware of everything. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. But I was fully aware of what was going on, and I was fully aware of where I went. It was not a hallucination. I I knew, and I didn't see nothing because I wasn't on any kind of drugs at all at that point. Um, I had no pain. I can't explain it to you guys, but my body was dying quickly, and it's like I understand that death can be very painful, especially if it's an ongoing illness. And a lot of us will have to deal with that, and a lot of us will have to get morphine. Like I said, they explode your heart. It also, I don't want to hallucinate when I take my last conscious look at the world. I don't want to be hallucinating. No. I want to know that my welcome wagon is real, that's coming to get me. And I do believe in that. I believe in the welcome wagon. And, they may have cookies, who knows? Or like oranges, how they do. Okay, and then there's the information pamphlet. Here, thank you for, moving here up to heaven. Here's a pamphlet to let you know the different events that are going on this week. I mean, wouldn't that be a riot? Okay, so, um, yeah, I mean, it's things like that. I want to have pleasant thoughts, not man drug induced thoughts. No. Nope, nope, nope. Um, if anybody has a heart or a soul, they would want to help these people. And if you have never been to a rest home, I highly suggest you do it because you can walk down the aisle and just glance in people's room and see why this is so important. But some people just don't care. And that's a shame. It's a real shame. And it's all because they want to be the first to cross that line. I'm asking if anybody is listening or whatever, if you know any larger organizations who would be willing to plant some people here to take over this nonsense and not let them scare you with legal bullshit, because that's what they do, okay? They are like, really, like, I'm gonna call my lawyer. I had somebody say that to me because I asked them to remove my picture. Or you're gonna get some legal problems over a picture. I was like, kiss my ass. You know what? That is me on that picture. I'm asking you to take it down. Well, just as much as mine is yours. I'm thinking, then frickin' blot my face out. But I didn't say that. When you start yelling legal, I thought, you know what? You're such a turd. I'm done. I'm done. Do what you want to do. But you call yourself a friend when you haven't talked to me in 2 years. Don't even respond to me on Facebook. So, whatever. Oh God, I've been talking a long time, but I think this needs to be done. And God, God be with the people who are suffering today, legitimately. Okay, these people don't have the luxury or the health that these activists do to go to another state and talk about themselves. Um, these activists that claims they're so sick should not be able to even go on these out of state trips to talk about themselves. Because I've never seen you, and some people know who I'm talking about, actually ever say anything to help the movement. Okay? It's it beyond your comprehension. Because, I was the slow one, and I was the child, but at least I know my facts and I had my words straight. Peace be with you guys. I love you, and you know what? Be nice to each other, please, because it's a cold world out there, it really is. So, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Love God above all things. I do know what things will start happening. Things will start happening. And I wish to God I could be a part of it. But I've had my beat down. I'm not going through that again. It was awful. It was awful. And my parents were drug into it. That's messed up. So, I love you guys. Peace be with you. Always. Bye bye.